Okay, just another minute and then I'm going to start rolling. I am testing something out, so bear with me if you see some weird stuff going on. So I'm going to try out captioning in a way that even allows you to see the captions when I'm in Canvas. So it's technically it isn't as difficult as it appears to be. However, sometimes today is one of those days when technology seems to be escaping me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I am recording this because I did have a couple requests, so it's always good to have anyway. So we're going to talk about moving your content from spring, summer to fall. However, it doesn't really matter if it's spring or summer. It could be last fall. It just needs to be Canvas. So that's the one thing. And the whole purpose of this is not about doing a full course import, which we all know breaks many things. So first of all, what I'm going to ask you to do is a cleanup. So we're going to go to Canvas and I'm going to walk you through what I mean by cleanup. So we're going to call, for the purpose of this session, we're going to call the home course the course you're going to start with. So this is going to be one you've already taught. So that's home. So already taught is home. So just so everybody's on the same page. And then, you know, there's never a reason for you to do a full course import, and your home course, like I said, can be any previous semester that is in Canvas. And if you happen to look at something that has old materials once we get started, please feel free to go ahead and delete as you see necessary. So now we're going to go to Canvas. All right, so we are now in my dashboard. And this is where you're going to find some old course. Obviously, these are all my published courses. And you can see that I don't have my old courses showing. So I'm going to click on courses. I'm going to scroll down a very long way and click on all courses. As you can see from here, if I keep scrolling down here, you're going to see my past enrollments. And this is where I would want to begin. So I'm going to click on, this course, and hopefully it'll open. All right, so here is an old, obviously this is old because you can see that this is the home page and we don't need that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each area of the course and I'm going to make a decision on if I'm keeping it or I'm trashing it, or if I want to move it for an import. So I'm going to start with announcements. And I'm going to look through here and I'm like, well, I probably don't need. Okay, so maybe I'm going to keep all of these because they are kind of non-course specific. They're basically just reminders. I'm not even going to touch the syllabus because the syllabus is always going to be something that you won't copy over. So you don't even have to worry about looking at an old syllabus area. So you can skip that one. The next thing you're going to want to do is look at modules. Now, in modules, every template that you get will have a begin here module. So what you can do is you can unpublish. Actually, I'm actually going to unpublish that too. And there's a reason that I said to unpublish them, and I'll get to that in just a second. Now I'm going to scroll through here and I'm going to look and see if there's anything else that I want to get rid of. So I don't see anything necessarily that I want to get rid of. So that's the modules area. The next area that I would go to is the discussions area, or it could be assignments, but you're going to go through each menu item. That would be modules, assignments, quizzes, discussions, and pages. So you're going to see here that there are 2 class introductions. So I'm going to go ahead, and I know that that's going to be in the template. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and click delete, because I don't want 2 copies of something I know that is already there, and simply leave this one. I'll look at the quizzes. I'll do the same thing. If I know something is going to be there, I will leave it. However, if it's something I'm not sure of, I'll leave it. And if I don't bring it over at some point, I can always just send that one item. So here we have some assignments. These are all unnecessary, so I would delete them because obviously we don't need these. So anything that you see that you don't use or doesn't apply any longer, delete it. If you don't need it, delete it. It will save you a lot of headaches when you go to do the import, and it'll keep you from having multiple copies of things in your fall course. All right, so I'm going to pretend that I did all those. The next big area that generally is a problem are files and pages. So I'm going to go to pages first, and then you're going to click on view all pages. Now, as you can see here, there are a lot more pages than what you saw in the modules area. So for example, I already know this exists in the syllabus template, so I'm going to go ahead and click delete. Again, I know this is also in the syllabus area as well as the attendance standard, and I would go through here and I would delete all of the pages that either are in the syllabus template or in the fall template. So you can go, you can see that there are, this was obviously, this little -2 means there were 2 of them. So I could go ahead, I could delete that as well. And notice there are 2 home pages because there were, obviously there were 2 imports that were done. So anything like that, you're gonna wanna go ahead and get rid of. Now, if you remember, when we were in the modules area, I told you to unpublish anything that you did not want. And the reason that I said that was because when you get to this page, and if you have 2 of them, you'll know which one you want to keep because it will be published. If you've unpublished it, that means you don't want it and you can get rid of it. So I would just delete those kinds of things, etc., etc. All right, so now I'm going to give you a chance, give you a couple minutes to go take a look at your own course that you're going to get your materials from, and take a look in those areas. I don't necessarily want you to spend any time figuring out what you're going to move over or deleting, because that could take a little bit of time. But I do want you to go ahead and take a look, because I feel it's really important for you to kind of understand where you're going to go. And I'm going to give you a copy of this slide deck so you have these instructions. So I'm going to give you just probably maybe 2-3 minutes to go look at the course you're going to use that has the materials you do want for fall. So about 3 minutes, and I'm going to put a slide up that kind of tells you what to check in your home course. So let me go back to this one. And now you should see a screen that has your things you need to check. All right, so 3 minutes, give your course a quick glance over to decide kind of what you want to keep and what you don't want to keep. Okay, so hopefully you took a look at your course. If you are teaching in the summer and you want to move your summer to fall, there is a way to do that, because really at this point you really know what you do want to keep and what you don't want to keep. So let's go on. So now we're going to go look at your future course. So you're going to go look at your fall 2020 and you're going to get it ready. So some of you may have a start here page that you have done for summer, and you want to move that over. So that would be something that you could unpublish. You could also unpublish if you had a course schedule that you know you're going to move over from summer to fall. So let's go take a look at the fall template. My mouse is not being my friend today. All right, so the fall template. So your course already has the sample announcement, which you have if you taught in the summer. You need to make sure that you pop in there and take out the word sample, for example, in the title. And you also want to get rid of any of the red highlighted text. And you can do that. But if you have this announcement in your summer course, you can always send that over, and then you can just delete this one. But you need to make sure that you have a welcome announcement. Again, you can skip the syllabus area because you'll have to do that separately from a course import. The modules area, again, you know you have your start here page. You may have that in your summer course, and so what you could do is you could unpublish this one, and that way when you brought in your new content, you would know which one of the two to delete. Again, you'll have an introduction discussion board. You can unpublish that, syllabus quiz. If you've already edited your syllabus quiz from the summer, you can import that into fall. So you're going to walk through your fall template and kind of get the idea of exactly what already exists and what you're going to want to bring over.
So Paige, one note on the screen you're currently on, make sure that you don't delete the entire Start Here module. We do have some links that go to that, and they will break if you get rid of the whole module.
Right. And I was going to get to that when we got to the import. So specifically speaking, you should never be bringing over a module called Begin Here or Start Here. You may bring over individual items from that module, but not the module itself. So now we're going to talk about importing. So I'm going to back out of this course because I don't need to make a mess. Now, there we go. So I'm going to go to my training course. So this is where, this is the part that gives most people a problem. So we're going to go to settings. And then we're going to go to import course content. We're going to choose the content type is going to be copy a Canvas course. And you're going to put in the name of the course that you want to copy. So I'm just going to pick randomly here. And then this is the key piece right here. Select specific content is the only option that you should choose. Now, the next part is optional. If I wanted to choose adjust events and due dates, I could. So if I were moving from, excuse me, from spring to fall, the due dates might be close enough, or you can just wait to do that once you have moved your materials with due dates, but that's totally up to you. And Forest also has a way to show you how to bulk adjust due dates. Even if you choose to use this, you can do it. There's a way that allows you to adjust dates on a single page. But I'm gonna let him show you that in just a bit. All right, so once we get here, the next thing you would do is click import. But at this point, I'm gonna say cancel. But I did this before, and then the next thing you would see is this area down. It's going to say select content. It'll say waiting for selection and select content. This is where you're going to choose what you want to copy. So I'm going to click on select content. Now, this is where you're going to need to make sure. This is one reason I said to delete anything you didn't want, because it makes it much easier when you get to this point. From this window, you're going to see this arrow and you're going to click on that. So again, remember I said you do not ever want to choose the start here or begin here module to bring over. So I could choose all of the rest of these to pick, and I would check the little boxes, and then I would move to the next thing, which would be assignments. And then I would choose the assignments that I wanted. And then I would choose the quizzes, the question banks, the discussion topics, the pages, the announcements, and the files. Now, before I forget, I did not go over the files. So when you're looking at your files, if you don't know what it is, you can preview it. So let me show you how to do that as well. So when you get to this and you've made your decisions, when you're all finished, and if you're not sure, then don't check it. Click select content. And then you're going to see a little progress bar that says running. And then when it's finished, you will see a green or yellow completed.
And John, to answer your question, that window where you're selecting the content, that's what you could use in your current summer course to pick and choose the specific parts that you want to bring over without it affecting the course that's currently running.
So I'm going to look at the files area. And if I click on any of these folders, it's going to tell me exactly what it is. And if I click on it, it'll bring up a larger image. It'll also do that for files, as well as PDFs, as well as documents. So if you don't know what it is, click on it. If you don't need it, delete it. Maybe I should make that my new mantra. If you don't need it, delete it. So you can see that there could be tons and tons of things. Here's an entire Word document. So obviously it will pull up so you can view it to decide if it's something that you need. Again, published or unpublished doesn't really matter. If you're not sure what it is because the title is not clear enough, then click on it, look at it, and then you can delete it. Again, your students shouldn't be in the files area of the course anyway. This is just for you, but before you start moving things from spring, summer to fall, you want to make sure that you have done a little housekeeping. All right, so just to review a little bit, you're going to go to settings, then you're going to click on import course content, content type, copy a Canvas course, search for a name, and you're going to make sure that you put in the name of the course you want the content to come from. And then the next one is you're going to choose select specific content, and then like I said, adjusting the due dates, that is an option, and then you would click import. Do not select all content. So when you get to the next option to select the content, again, you're never going to choose syllabus body. If you do, it will completely wipe out what is in the template. So that's a big don't do. And then you're going to click on each area, and you're going to open it by clicking on the arrow that is right here, and that will open it up. And again, you're never going to choose the begin here or start here module, but you can always bring over the items from that to the module that is already in your fall template. If you are not sure, don't check it. Make sure you go through every area, and then when you're all done, you're going to click on Select Content at the bottom. The next thing you're going to see is a status bar as the import is occurring. And so it's going to say running. Now, if you do this currently for fall, you probably will not have to wait very long. However, the closer it gets to when more institutions are beginning that import process, the slower this will go. So if you notice that it is being slow, it may be the time of day, so be patient, and it should continue on. Once it's finished, you're going to see either completed in green, or you're going to see a orangey yellow completed, and then it will have some issues. And what this is telling you is that there are two issues. And when I clicked on that, the next thing I got was the information that I need. So the issues that were located where there was a missing link found in an imported content in an announcement. And if I actually clicked on this link, it would take me directly to the announcement so that I could go and fix it. And then it says missing links found in a wiki page body. Obviously, it doesn't tell me which one. So if I clicked on this, it would take me to the page, and then I could figure out what the missing link was. Now, so the next key piece of the puzzle is validating the links in your fall course. So you can either choose to validate links in the course where your home course, as I called it, or you can wait till you move it and then run the link validator. And you can run the link validator many times. However, I want to make it very clear that what you see right here on this screen, they're going to come up as quote unquote invalid or errors. However, they are not. This is just simply telling you that the resource is outside of your course, and students may have issues and getting access to it. However, that is not the case. We know for a fact that these are all fine. So you're going to see these when you run the link validator, but they are not broken, and there's nothing that you need to do to fix them. So you can leave that part alone. So now I want, I'm actually going to go back to my assignments. Maybe. And I'm going to share the correct screen. That's really super helpful. All right, so now I'm back in assignments, and I'm going to click on the three dots, and I'm going to click on edit assignment dates. So this is a new feature. Forrest, if I do say anything wrong, just pop in here. So here you're going to see all of the assignments in this course. Once you move everything from the home course to fall, you have the ability to come in here and change the due dates and the availability dates all in one place. So you no longer have to go to each individual assignment to change the due date and the availability dates. You can do that all from here. So I will go back and I will go over this again. So again, I clicked on assignments, and then I went over to the kebab, the 3 dots, and I clicked on edit assignment dates. And from here, I have the ability to put in due dates and available dates in one place. So I don't have to open each one and change the due date when I move the course from summer, spring to fall. Okay, so now I'm going to give you 3 minutes to go take a look again at your course. If you haven't run the link validator and it's in a spring course, you might use this opportunity to go ahead and run the link validator, because that way Forrest and I are here and you can answer, and we can answer a question that you might come across if you have some invalid links. Anything that is an external link, if it goes to a web page and that web page is not accessible, it's going to tell you that as well, which may mean that that link is no longer valid and you need to find a new one. So I'm going to give you about 3 minutes, and then I will we will take some questions after that. So 3 minutes for you to kind of go back and look at your home course and either run the link validator or make any adjustments and think about what exactly you are going to take. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is how to move a single item if you quote unquote forget it when you do your selected content import. So 3 minutes. The link validator can be found in your course settings, and it's going to be on the far right. Okay, so I see a couple things, questions that I want to make sure I cover. So Denise, the answer about publisher links. Yes, when you copy, that's no. So for example, you cannot copy simply links over. So there's, if you notice when I went to import and select the content, there was not an option for anything that said external tool, LTI, or link. However, if the links are located in a module, then when you choose the module, the link will come over. So I'm sure that probably was just more confusing, but I will try to do better. I will explain in just a minute. Next question I see in the chat was a syllabus quiz. You have to have either a syllabus quiz or an assignment. So you can do a syllabus scavenger hunt, or you can do a syllabus quiz. And course evaluation is always there. It can be used as extra credit if you choose, and it has the instructions for students on how to access their course evaluations, and that information should be provided to them even if you choose not to use that as an assignment. All right, so
So Paige, let me just put a note about the publisher content. So the reason why I said it depends is because there are certain publishers where you have to go create like a section or a course in the publisher software and then link the two together. And for those types of things, you're not going to be able to copy that over. You kind of have to link them each semester together. So really, that's why I said it depends.
it does depend, but I can tell you that Cengage, you can bring the links over and then you actually go in and associate the link with the correct course in Cengage, and that will tie the two together. All right, so the last thing I would like to show you is what happens if you realize that you are teaching and all of a sudden you're like, oh no, where is that blah, blah, blah assignment? So I'm going to click on presentation because that happens to be the first assignment. And I'm going to click on the kebab. And now I have two options, send to or copy to. So Forrest and I happen to be teaching the same class. He wants this assignment. I don't want to have to download it and send it. So I'm going to start typing his name in the box and it pops up. I can click on that and I can click send. So Forrest is going to he will not get a notification in an email, but in his account, which is up here on the left, he will have a little, I believe it's red dot. And then when you click here, he will also have a red dot where it says shared content. And that will be where that assignment shows up. And then he can choose which course he wants it to go in. But let's go back and say that I didn't want to send it to someone else. I wanted to send it to myself in a separate course. So instead of choosing send, I'm going to choose copy to. So I'm going to open the same assignment. And I'm going to click on the three dots and I'll click on copy to. And from here, I can start typing in the name of my course. But the problem is I'm going to have a really long list. So I know that, and then I could even choose what module it goes into, and then I can send that single item to that course. And I can either, if I don't put it in a module, it's going to be in the assignments area, or I can choose to put it in a module. And then you click copy. Again, it's not instant. It doesn't take a long time, but it's not going to be right away. So make sure that you don't think it's going to automatically just pop up, because it won't. So that's one way to do to kind of recover anything you might have not chosen when you did your initial selection for your course content. So The most important takeaway is that everyone has to remember there is no full course import. And we definitely don't want multiple home pages, and you don't want multiple start here pages, and you don't want to delete the begin here module in the fall template. That will break the links on the home page, and then then Forrest and I would have to come in and try to fix it for you. So that's all I have, and I'm going to stop the recording, and now I'm going to allow some questions if we have any.